Okay, so with no further ado, we've got three speakers today, including myself. We'll make this brief so that we can get started on planting the trees. Our first speaker will be Director of Parks and Recreation, Andy Field, followed by Mayor Todd Gloria, and then I'll have a few things to say, and then we'll do a tree planting demonstration. So, Andy Field, take it away.
Thank you, Brian, and good morning, everyone. Welcome to beautiful Encanto Community Park here in the Choice Valley neighborhood. It's really good to see you all this morning, and I think we're going to be here to plant some trees, yeah? Yes. Let's plant some trees. Well, I wanted to start by saying that if you look back on the history of Parks and Recreation and you look at the era in which this park here was built, many of the trees were eucalyptus trees, these very tall, towering trees that dominate the skyline here in the park. Well, as it turns out, that monoculture needs to be diversified. And as you see new trees being planted around the park, up and down Broadway, and on the adjacent streets, you're going to see a transformation that will bring a diversified culture of trees. So we're not just reliant on one kind of tree or two kinds of trees, but several types of trees. Trees have amazing benefits to you all as neighbors in the community in that they not only help clean the air, but also help to address traffic control, provide shade, address the heat island effect, and so forth. So we're all very, very excited to see this happen today in Encanto. As a matter of putting in these trees, they're part of a very big program that our partners in the transportation department are leading to bring that urban forest and canopy into more and more communities throughout the city of San Diego. And while the park is here to anchor that effort, it's really a community-wide effort that extends all through the neighborhood. So we're very excited to see this happen. We also have here our very hardworking Parks and Recreation Department staff who are, let's give them a round of applause. Our transportation department staff, and I think do we have other staff from other departments here? I wasn't sure to check. DSD, excellent. And our development services department. So one more thing to throw in there before I toss it off to the mayor is, this is the sort of thing that we can't do as staff on our own. It takes a village. The partnerships, the community, the volunteers, and the kids to be able to have trees that they plant today. They'll be able to look up at them someday, and they'll be as big as some of the ones behind you. That is what this is all about. So we're really enthusiastic to have our community partners, our neighbors, and our young people here to be able to plant some trees and help grow our community. And there's few people that will do more to help this community than our elected officials. And among them here today is our mayor, Mayor Todd Gloria, who will say a few words about the improvements here and also to share on the importance of trees. Mayor?
Ladies and gentlemen, you just heard from the best park and rec director in the entire country, Andy Field. Andy, thank you so much for all you do leading our incredible Parks and Recreation Department. Sounds like an easy job. Let me just tell you, it's a very hard job, and Andy does it extremely well, and I appreciate you and your entire team at Park and Rec. I also want to acknowledge we have another department director here this morning, Bethany Bezek, who leads our transportation department. Never enough resources and never enough hours of the day, but somehow or another, she managed to make sure that we're fixing roads and streetlights and all kinds of other things, and today plant a lot of trees. And as you saw, our friends from West Coast Arborists just showed up, perhaps with the last one we're going to plant today. So we should be efficient. But as Andy mentioned, there are a number of city folks who are here at our Development Service Department, Transportation, Park and Rec. But we also have a lot of community leaders. Again, furthering that, it takes a village message. And I want to express my appreciation and that of our entire city of the many volunteers and community groups who are present today, including our friends from Cal Coast Credit Union. We see our Cal Coast Cares. That blue, you can't miss them. Hands On San Diego is here, represented today as well. Very good. San Diego Rotary is in the house. San Diego Rotary is here. All right, just wait for it. Bay Terrace's seniors are here. They may be seniors, but they have a lot of energy, and we're going to take advantage of that this morning. And then on the other end of the generational scale, I'm so glad to see these young people here, these students from Encanto Elementary School. Thank you, Encanto Elementary, for being here. I'm so grateful to see you guys. Maybe some context quickly. We are coming together to revitalize the Encanto Recreation Center here. In addition to some plants, we're also going to do a little touch-up, a little paint here and there to make sure that this great community has a great park and recreation space. I want to tell you that this effort, particularly with the trees, are a part of something that we call Ready, Set, Grow San Diego, a $10 million federal grant from our partners in the U.S. Department of Agriculture. It's allowing us to plant 2,249 trees in fiscal year 2025, and we have 2,700 trees planned in fiscal year 26. Basically, a whole lot of trees all across our community. And I want to point out, as Andy mentioned, it's not just about trees for the sake of trees, although that is enough, but they do have benefits of slowing down vehicles in the community, providing fresh air, providing shade on a hot day. There's so many ways that trees are important. So it's not just about one thing, it's about many things. And in a community that needs many things, I'm glad that we can provide trees that will help accomplish a lot of those goals. The bottom line is this is about stronger neighborhoods. And so those 5,000 or so trees over those 2 years means that we're strengthening neighborhoods all across San Diego, and that's what our city should be focused on. That's what we should be doing every day, and we are doing that here today. Let me just wrap up with saying that there's a saying, I believe something along the lines of the best day to plant a tree was about 30 years ago. The next best day is today. So let's get to work today. Let's invest in Encanto. Let's make this neighborhood better, and let's come back tomorrow and do it all over again. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you coming out. And the guy that gets to lead the effort of planting those thousands and thousands of trees was the gentleman who kicked us off. So let me turn it over to our city forester, Brian. Brian, come back up here.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mayor, and thank you, Director of Parks and Recreation, Andy Field. You guys have covered a couple of things that I was going to say already, so this will be nice and short and sweet. But so proud to be here today with all these volunteers as well as city staff, which has been mentioned. We've got our tree maintenance teams from both parks and recreation and transportation departments that are in some cases working 24 hours, 7 days a week. To address tree issues, not just for forest health, but for public safety, including public safety within the right-of-way. We, as a program, get about 6,000 get-it-done requests every year from the public to evaluate and inspect our existing trees. So it's not just about planting trees, but it's also about maintaining the existing trees that we have here in San Diego. Today we're going to be planting a total of 27 trees. 14 of those will be done by our volunteers, which include 5 fringe trees, 3 pink trumpet trees, 3 pistache trees, this large ficus tree, which is going to be the demonstration tree behind me, and 2 oak trees. And then our contractor will be planting the other 13 trees to make a total of 27 trees today. So urban forestry program, our mission is to plant, protect, promote, and like I said, maintain our existing trees for a more livable and sustainable San Diego. Let's grow a green San Diego, everyone. And just going to emphasize, too, that as we plant these trees, that's not it. They're going to be watered for the next 3 years. That's part of our grant agreement with the Department of Agriculture. So trees need to establish, and so for every tree we plant, it's going to have water for 3 years and a brand new mulch, too, as well. And then just a reminder, I just want to talk about safety just briefly here. Just be mindful of tools that are on the ground. And pick up tools that you're not using. Just work safely if you're working near the street. And I see almost everyone, a lot of people are wearing their bright green shirts, so we won't miss you, of course. But that's for safety reasons, too, as well. So now we are ready to start planting. And like I said, we've got our demonstration tree kind of almost directly behind me. And our arborist from Parks and Recreation, Erich Kast, as well as John Ide, who's our urban forestry program coordinator, are going to kick us off by leading in that tree planting demonstration. So thank you so much for being here today. It's so exciting. This kicks off actually our tree planting season here in San Diego with these first 27 trees. Let's grow a green San Diego and plant some trees today.